Hello dear traders! The US sanctions against Russian oil giant Rosneft continue providing support for oil prices. Both oil benchmarks are trading with gains despite ongoing concerns about the impact of the coronavirus outbreak in China. Brent futures for April gained almost 1% early in the trade and settled at $58.29 per barrel. WTI crude advanced by almost the same amount. American crude oil was trading at $52.74 a barrel. It is expected that US sanctions against Rosneft will not significantly influence the energy market, but will just provide a temporary support for oil prices. Currently, the global energy market is oversupplied and the oil demand is gradually declining. Meanwhile, protests in Libya continue weighing on oil production in the country. Due to the oil facilities blockade, Libya's oil output at the beginning of the week collapsed to the lowest level since mid-January. Market sentiment has been boosted by positive news from the US. The president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas suggested some budget cuts in the energy sector. US oil industry may cut spending by around 10 to 15%. Dallas Federal Reserve District accounts for almost 36% of US crude oil production. Later in the session, traders will focus mostly on oil industry data from the US. The American Petroleum Institute is due to publish its report on crude inventories on Wednesday evening. Last week, the API reported a rise of 6 million barrels. Besides, market participants can switch their attention to negative fundamental factors. It seems that the OPEC Plus is unlikely to agree on additional output cuts anytime soon. The ruble depreciated even further on news about the US sanctions against Rosneft. However, it was a short-term decline. International companies in Russia are preparing to pay taxes, thus keeping the ruble steadily higher. The Russian currency has no major reasons for a downward movement. Today, the dollar-ruble pair is retreating again to settle at the level of 63.65 in the mid-session. The pair is expected to fluctuate in the range of 63 and 64.50 during the day. The situation in the global markets is gradually improving. Investors are unlikely to stay pessimistic for a long time, while central banks are trying to stimulate the economy with more liquidity injections. By the end of the trading session in Russia, Fed's latest minutes will be released. The US dollar will strengthen if the regulator agrees that there is no need to further reduce the key rate. In this case, the ruble may open tomorrow's session with losses. That's all for now. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.